going on YouTube? Well, it's been quite a while since I checked out any Nightwish for obvious reasons. Number one, I'm a big fan. So there's really no reason for me to cover stuff. I did introduce my wife to Storytime a couple months ago. So if you're interested, go check that out. But besides that, it's been over a year, well over a year. Even when I have covered Nightwish stuff, again, it wasn't quite a reaction. It was usually kind of like an analysis or something like that. In fact, the first video I ever did was three things I love about Nightwish. So if you're interested, check that out. Then very shortly after that, I did a full-blown analysis of the greatest show on earth, which got a lot of praise. A lot of you all who watched it had very kind things to say. There was even some things that popped up people hadn't thought about before. I guess I even came up with this new theory that the notes in the beginning represented carbon. So check that out. I might be responsible for that whole blowing the lid off that one. But I digress. This is a cool, super cool week, month, however you want to say it, the month of May, because we've had our latest album release by one of my favorite bands, Unleash the Archers. We've had some good new stuff from Ailstorm. So now here we are checking out Perfume of the Timeless, which is, I believe, a first release from their new album, Yesterwind, or Yestervind, however I'm sure you guys will let me know how that works. But I don't know a thing about this album, not a thing. I haven't researched any of it. I haven't looked and seen. I'm sure there's a theme behind the album. A lot of their albums do tend to be thematic, and they've also kind of taken like an evolutionary kind of approach through time as they're released. And I'm not going to get into all that. I just want to get into the video. Maybe we'll geek about it later on if I find something to talk about. But let's just go check it out. Okay, so here we are. All I really know is what the cover of the album looks like. It looks pretty damn cool. It involves time, I guess. We'll see. And if that is the case, again, there's still this evolutionary track I believe these albums are taking, and we'll talk about it if it makes sense. So without further ado, let's check it out. This is cranked up too. I might have turned it down. I don't know. We'll see. I love the drum beat. Love that. Oh, this is cool. Ah, this is so powerful. I wonder if this will be the opener. It sounds like an opening song, you know? Definitely if they play live, this will be the opener. Okay. Let me just stop right there. I like to stop right out. So basically, it looks like we're still kind of in the whole concept of evolution. I'm seeing some of the same stuff from like Endless Forms Most Beautiful. And it definitely reminds me of one of my favorite lines. This is almost tattoo worthy, at least t-shirt worthy, right? From Greatest Show on Earth that says when Marco said, not a single one of your fathers died young," which is really cool. And again, when you think back for thousands of generations, tens of thousands of generations, millions of years, going back to Luca, basically, right? Every single one of your ancestors survived long enough to reproduce, right? Which again, it kind of leads to this concept here of like you've got a huge lineage of people um, who came before you, and it's sad to think. I heard this not too long ago that most people don't even know anything about like their great grandparents, much less their great great, and anybody beyond that. Once you get to that point, it's just kind of they're just kind of forgotten about. So when you really sit back and think about just how far your legacy goes back, it is truly mind bending, right? And it's really neat how they did the math and broke everything down like that. So, very cool build up, very cool intro. I love the instrumentation to it. Let's go. Here we go. All right. Very theatrical, right? Very. Oh, shit. Trippy. Okay, that sound effect was a little cheesy. Okay, some more classic Nightwish here. Gotta bring in Pooh's chunky guitar in there. That bass chugging in the background. So prominent. The origins of species. Okay, I just want to look at this real quick. This dude's got whoever it is, right? It looks like a male wearing a diving suit, but they got like this thong on top of it. I don't know. There's too much to watch, right? I really need to figure out what the lyrics are and go back and check it out. But I wonder if this is somebody who's just kind of like an observer. It seems like even in the past, going through time, looking at different species, or is it just looking at different species today? Still, again, seeing a lot of bleed over from Endless Forms Most Beautiful, which was very heavily based on Darwin's work and Richard Dawkins' work as well, right? Okay, I won't make any more stupid comments. Look at the thong. Throw the books around, sir. Okay. So this is an 8-minute song. Okay, so we're gonna get a cool little bridge here. Yeah, I mean, I feel pretty good about this song, right? For a lot of reasons. It's again, it's keeping to that incredibly interesting theme, but also the songwriting, which of course with Nightwish, the songwriting is always just always next level. And it doesn't really sound like anything they've done before. You know, I was half expecting it's kind of like, all right, it's either going to be something completely different, that's going to be a totally different sound, or something very similar to what we've heard before. I can't think of any other Nightwish song, or really any other song in general, that this reminds me of. That I'm like, oh, that's just another regurgitation of that or whatever. Every element of it is very unique, and of course, you've got a really nice building intro, which I could see that being the opener for their shows for the next tour for sure. Very cool opener that just breaks off into this song. There's a lot of kind of pop aesthetic elements to it, especially the chorus. You know, it's very, you know, it's got a nice groove to it. It's very palatable, very nice. Uh, you've got just enough chugging guitar in there to make it Nightwish, you know. And now it sounds like we're about to get into a really dark, nasty bridge, which is always cool. But again, it's an 8-minute long song, so it's going to defy a lot of convention and have a lot of different elements to it. So, video is trippy as hell. I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, um, I mean, every band member is accounted for. It shows them in the library. Now, again, is that whole uh, leave the last light on in the library or something, right? Maybe just the remnants of our, I don't know, creativity, knowledge, whatever. But there's a lot to this. I kind of wish I researched a little bit going into this, but oh well, what are you gonna do? All right. Whoa. Okay, wait. I gotta hear what the hell that was. That was such a unique, like, there was like 4 or 5 different instruments all doing something weird there. That sounds like a Troy breakdown. All right, let's see here. That wasn't just one instrument. It was kind of like a. Sorry. Let me back up a little bit, because this is too cool to miss. Just this sound here. This is hard. Nice. This would be a jam. That was cool. Slide. Nice transition. Go in the whale. Like,
we are the air dust on their palm. We are
gotta be
because
Troy.
of a million loves.
You know what?
With a perfume.
I have been known to give Troy a little bit too much flack in the past, but it works here. It really works here. I mean, I can't imagine Troy. We are the, like with the kind of the type of voice and power he has. Troy is very good for that, very calming, soothing, almost antithesis of Floor, right? So I'm trying to re-look at this a different way, right? With Floor and Marco, right? You kind of had these two powerhouses that were just kind of like they didn't complement each other. They basically like I won't say mirrored each other, but you know what I'm saying. Very similar in their power and commanding nature and things like that, right? But it almost feels like Troy. It's kind of cool because he is now gets to complement Floor in ways that Marco really didn't, right? The calm to the power almost, and you see that in other bands too, quite a bit, where you've got two singers and one of them is more of like the calm, clean person, and the other person is a little bit more of the powerhouse. So good job, Troy. I'm getting to love you, buddy. I am. My spaceport doesn't work anymore. I gotta figure out why that is.
Of a million loves.
I'm gonna watch a YouTube video after this.
We are because of a million loves.
Reminds me of Final Fantasy II music.
Perfume of the timeless, last sighs on a deathbed.
Perfume of this timeless sighs on a deathbed.
We are their air dust on their palm. We are because of a million loves. We're the perfume of the timeless, last sighs of a million loves.
Lovely bunch of coconuts. Okay. I don't know what that was all about, but okay. It said lovely bunch of coconuts 2024. I don't know, but okay, let's break that down. All right, well, that was great. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just sat and recorded probably 15 minutes of me analyzing this band and breaking a lot of stuff in the past down. I'm just not gonna do that. You know what? I just we deserve to talk about this song. So basically, I'm very excited about the direction this band is going. I think some people were a little bit nervous that they were just gonna kind of keep becoming more and more and more like mature, I guess, and kind of get away from those roots that really made them Nightwish. Like the heavy, chuggy metal and everything mixing nicely with the symphonic elements. But I think what we saw here was just another great example of Thomas masterfully intertwining everything. This song had everything. I mean, it had the nice build up in the beginning. It had um just the very catchy lyrics. I'm sure very profound lyrics. A couple things I caught, which again, perfume of the timeless, is that the name of it? I lost the name of it, but like, I mean, yeah, we're talking about legacies, we're talking about the history of mankind, we're talking about the future of mankind, all these things that we've kind of seen interwoven into their old their last couple albums. So it's cool to see that they're still kind of going with these very profound things. And again, the song had just enough nastiness and really deep heavy metal element to it that just kind of meshed nicely with a lot of the other more beautiful subtler sounds. But just really well done, really well done. And I'm excited to see how the rest of this album plays out. I'm gonna start paying attention and seeing when everything's gonna start dropping. My son, he's 7. I know he said that Nightwish is the first band he ever wants to see live. So yeah, maybe we'll try to make that happen for him. I haven't seen him live yet. I've seen a lot of other bands live, but they haven't quite come to my hometown yet. So we'll see. But until then, everybody, it was great seeing you again, even though I'm not seeing you, but hopefully I'll see you in the comments. All of my Nightwish army, At on Reactive side, used to sit and chat for a long time and all that. Hopefully, I'll get to see you guys again. Yeah, kind of get back on that Nightwish wagon as far as like enjoying and sharing this amazing band. So, kudos to them. Kudos to you guys for keeping up the faith and keeping doing everything you can to just share this band with as many people as you can. So until I see you in the comments or a Discord or my next live stream or wherever, until that time, everybody be safe, healthy, and be nice to each other.